Okay, back to other things on the pump. Okay, now we gotta get check all this hardware out. See what we're supposed to have here. We're missing the stud on the bottom. So here's our body. Goes like that. So we've got a couple bolts floating around here. Not sure we're supposed to do all this, but this bolt, thin one here, goes inside of the oil pump here to hold it on, I'm sure. Just make sure that goes in there like it's supposed to. Okay, that fits in there like it's supposed to. Have our spacer plate, pump cover. Here's a stud that came out of the case. It's going to have to go back in. We only got one nut. I'm not sure if that's the right thread. Doesn't appear to be. And then we got looks like a standard thread bolt. Yeah, it's 1/4 20, not 1/4 24 like everything else in a Harley is. So that's the one that goes in the pump. And that's the one that had the threads we're missing in the pump. And there's not much to hold it, because the body's stripped out. So we don't have too much thread engagement there. Pretty low. Yep. Next thing is, does that even thread into there? Appears to go in there that far, so it looks like it's already been converted to 1/4 thread, which I'm sure it's not supposed to be. So we got to see if we want to go deeper with that, or helicoil it back to a standard thread. It should be 1/4 24, not 1/4 20. I'm guessing. So I'll have to go look in the book and see if that's true or not. Considering everything else in the Harley on this year is 24 threads per inch. It's kind of weird it's 20. Harley didn't start doing 20 thread until they came out of the KMO Sportster bike. First bike post-war. Not counting the Hummers. Lightweight crap, which are British copies. Okay, the next thing is, what nut is that on there? That looks to be the correct thread. And that looks to be a fine thread also. Okay, so we got to make sure this stuff is not the wrong thread, because it doesn't go on any of this hardware. So maybe this is 1/4 28 and not 1/4 24. So let's go over here and find some hardware and see if we can find something that might match up. First thing is check the nut to see if it's 1/4 24 or 28. Okay, it's 28. That's why it doesn't work. It's the wrong thread. My guess is this one over here is probably the same. Yep. So, wrong thread hardware. Explains a lot. Okay, that's the first thing that's wrong. Wonderful. So it's always nice when they give you the wrong hardware. So these are the wrong thread. So this is 24 threads per inch. This is 28, so they don't match. Now this is supposed to be 24 on both sides. These are 24 threads per inch. Line up. And they line up. These do not line up. They are wrong. So now we got more issues. We have lack of oil pump hardware. So when you're trying to put a bike together, it's always good to have the correct hardware. Appears everything is missing that we need. So these are definitely the wrong thread. So I'm going to see what I can do about finding some thread, the correct thread on hardware. The next problem is the oil pump body has been butchered. Over here. Dowel pins are tight. Jeez. Why is that so tight on there? Oh, hey dumbass. Take the bolt out. Dee. That one works. Oh, it comes right off like it's supposed to. Dumbass. Okay, this should be 1/4 24 thread because that's Harley's favorite thread. Where'd that stud go to? Right here. There it is. Oh, what a shocker. It matches. So that is what this is supposed to be. But not no more, because somebody changed it. Yep. Appears it goes in pretty deep though. Okay, so it goes all the way in there, so we need a longer bolt to make this work. So either that is 1/4 from the factory, doubtful, or it's already been smashed in there enough to change it all. Probably what happened. I thought it was stuck on those dowel pins. Wrong! Okay, so we need more thread length. So I'm going to go find me the bolt that's 1/4 inch longer than this bolt. This looks like 1.25 inches. Coarse thread. Next one longer. Okay, now we're going to take off the lock washer. And we'll see if that bolt goes all the way in and tightens up. If it does, we'll put the lock washer in there. It'll always be tight. Otherwise, we're not. It might bottom out on the bolt. The pump might be loose. Now, granted, there's going to be some gaskets in there, which I'm not counting. I'm not even counting those in the picture at all. Okay, we are bottomed out. You can see how we got a lot of length in here. So we're going to have to do something different than we got here. So it looks like we're 1/8 inch too long on this bolt. So that means we're going to have to shorten the bolt up some. Because this bolt's too short. So we're going to go customize this with a grinder and shorten it up to get the right length I want. Oh, it's hot now. Burn my finger a little bit. Time for a little air cooling. Cooled off. Hot on my finger. Wasn't too hot because it didn't leave a mark in there. Usually it burns a mark in there. Okay, we shortened it up a little bit. Oh, nice job. Once again, no lock washer. So if we had all the gaskets in there, it might just put some torque on it. But not enough to matter. So we're going to go do that again. So you can see how much longer this bolt is. So we need an 1/8 inch longer bolt, not a 1/4. We got what we got. Okay, so I'm going to go do this one more time, see if I can burn myself again. It's hot again. If you hold it way down there, you don't burn yourself. She's cool. Okay, now we're that much longer. That's tight. The lock does not quite fit in there, but it's trying to. It's a really thin lock. Modern locks are a lot thicker than that. You get a thicker lock. Where's my locks at? What lock? Oh, now drill. Well, there they are. So there's a newer lock. So new locks are thicker than old locks. So now when you tighten up with this, it'll be tight. Without the gaskets. With the gaskets, it's definitely going to be able to torque all the way down. So we're in there tight. So you can see it's pulled down all the way. Torque on it. So now when I put all the 3 gaskets on there, or not 3, it'll be 2 gaskets on this side, it'll take up even more height. So we got maximized threads in there. That fell off because we don't have the rest of the parts on there. Okay, so we fixed that problem. Our new bolt is a little over an 1/8 inch longer. And we got to use the new lock. New bolt, new lock. Okay, This is our stud. It needs to go into the case. But we don't have any nuts to put it in there with. So that's going to be a problem. Of course, there's no nuts to do the job anyway, so that's going to be another problem. So we have to get a hardware kit in order to do this correctly. So I could go see if I got a hardware kit for an old motor anymore in stock. If so, it needs one. Then I go ahead and put this stud in there all the way. Looks like it's going to almost go in there all the way on its own. Probably put a little bit of red Loctite on there just to hold it in there for good. That way it doesn't unscrew. Okay, so I can go check on that. So we need a hardware kit and we need a gear that will work with a rotor. We've got to eliminate the rotor and get a rotor block-off plate kit. Used to be able to buy these from Harley. I might have one upstairs in all my junk. Here, go look. When I bought out San Diego Harley, I got all their new inventory. Some of this crap like this was in there. So I'm going to go look and see if I got that upstairs. If so, it makes a quick swap out. Easy. If not, we'll have to weld up the holes or come up with a gear. Not likely I have a gear laying around. Alright, so that'll take care of the oil pump when we get to that part. So I'm going to go take a look for that. So we'll be back.